Dubai is a city where crime is almost non-existent. Residents enjoy a life without taxes, and even gold bars can be withdrawn from some ATMs. These are just a few intriguing, lesser-known details about Dubai, the world's luxury capital. When most people think of this glittering metropolis, they picture the majestic Burj Khalifa, the iconic artificial islands, and the record-breaking architecture that shapes its skyline. However, if you assume Dubai is defined by rigid and unchanging laws, you might be surprised. While rooted in Islamic principles, Dubai has gradually eased many rules, allowing for experiences that may shock you. Join me as we uncover 20 stunning facts about Dubai that will not only astonish you but might also inspire your next great adventure, or even a new chapter. 1. Zero income tax. Dubai, part of the United Arab Emirates, offers a unique and enticing benefit that sets it apart from most countries around the globe. There is absolutely no personal income tax for individuals. This tax-free advantage applies across the entire UAE and is expected to remain unchanged in the foreseeable. Officials, including Yunus Haji Al-Khoury, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Finance, have consistently affirmed that there are no plans to introduce an income tax or increase the existing value-added tax, which is currently set at 5%. This absence of personal income tax has made Dubai an incredibly attractive destination for expatriates and entrepreneurs, solidifying its reputation as a hub for commerce and tourism. Although the UAE introduced a corporate tax in the year 2023, this tax applies solely to businesses. It starts at 0% for taxable income up to $102,000 and rises to 9% for income beyond this threshold. While Dubai's tax-free allure captivates global attention, its evolving policies also reflect a society in transition. Beyond its financial advantages, Dubai is transforming its social landscape, including significant reforms on premarital relationships, making it an ever-fascinating destination for exploration. 2. Sex before marriage. Dubai is one of the most extraordinary cities in the world, constantly reinventing itself. For years, it was known for its strict laws against premarital relationships. Engaging in sex outside of marriage could result in severe penalties, including fines, jail time, or deportation for foreigners. To enforce these rules, hotels were barred from hosting guests of opposite genders unless they were family members. However, Dubai has begun to adapt. Recent changes in the law now allow consensual sex before marriage. This shift reflects a broader evolution in Dubai's social policies. What are your thoughts on how this change might reshape Dubai's cultural landscape? Will it draw more visitors or residents to this dynamic city? Let me know in the comments. 3. Dancing in public is banned. Dubai, celebrated for its blend of tradition and modernity, enforces surprising rules about public behavior, including a strict ban on dancing in public spaces. Authorities aim to maintain respect and decorum by prohibiting loud music and dancing outside designated venues such as nightclubs or private events. This regulation is part of a broader effort to preserve public order, which also includes restrictions on public displays of affection, nudity, and disruptive behavior. Violating these guidelines can lead to serious consequences, including fines or imprisonment. Visitors and residents alike must ensure they enjoy activities like dancing only in approved locations to respect the city's values and have a harmonious experience in this dynamic destination. 4. The safest places in the world. Dubai, a bustling, ultra-modern metropolis, is also one of the safest places on the planet. When you explore the world's top tourist destinations, Dubai consistently ranks among the most popular. You might expect that such a heavily visited city would have issues with thefts and robberies, as is common in other tourist hotspots. But Dubai is a remarkable exception. Public safety is a core priority, and the government spares no effort to protect both residents and visitors. The city's overall crime rate is an impressively low 34 incidents per 100,000 people, with violent crime being especially rare. This high level of safety is achieved through a combination of an efficient and technologically advanced police force and a constant, visible presence on the streets. Dubai also ranks prominently on global safety indexes, such as Numbio's Year 2024 Safety Index, where it scored 84 for safety and only 17 for crime. But supporting the city's robust policing are thousands of surveillance cameras, monitoring activity around the clock. Strict laws and harsh penalties act as a strong deterrent, making potential offenders think not twice, but 1,000 times before breaking the rules. Before we continue, I have a quick 10-second request. If you've been enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button. It means the world to us, and in return, we promise to keep bringing you even better stories. Deal? Let's move on. 5. Gold trade. Dubai has become a leading center for gold trading due to its strategic location, tax benefits, and advanced infrastructure. Its prime geographical position connects international markets with ease, supported by secure storage and top-tier logistics. The city's tax-free policies are a major advantage, enabling businesses to maximize profits. Transactions between registered dealers even qualify for value-added tax exemptions, making Dubai highly attractive to gold traders. The Dubai Gold Souk is a famous market that draws countless tourists with its vast selection of gold jewelry and low taxes. The gold trade in Dubai has grown rapidly, with the market increasing from $43.4 billion in the year 2017 to $75 billion in the year 2021. Experts anticipate further price rises due to global economic trends, ensuring gold remains a strong investment. To trade gold in Dubai, businesses must obtain a license, comply with regulations, and choose between operating in mainland Dubai or in free zones like the Dubai Multi-Commodities Center, which offers exceptional benefits. Dubai continues to uphold its reputation as the world's city of gold. 6. Failure to repay a debt can also guarantee jail time. One of the lesser-known aspects of life in Dubai is that failing to repay a debt can lead to severe legal consequences, including the possibility of jail time. The United Arab Emirates enforces strict laws for debt defaulters, whether it's for a missed credit card payment, an unpaid car loan, or a bounced check. In recent years, there have been reforms to ease some of these laws. For instance, bounced checks are no longer criminalized under certain conditions, and insolvency laws have been introduced to help individuals restructure their debts without immediately facing criminal charges. Despite these changes, the legal environment remains strict, with financial penalties, civil lawsuits, and debt collection agencies actively working to recover unpaid amounts. While debtors may not face immediate arrest, they can still encounter travel bans, frozen bank accounts, and significant financial difficulties. Navigating these challenges requires careful financial planning and a clear understanding of the law. Dubai offers incredible opportunities and a luxurious lifestyle, but it's essential to stay financially responsible to avoid these harsh penalties. 7. 21-year-olds are allowed to drink alcohol. Dubai has transformed its alcohol policies in line with modernization efforts. The legal drinking age is 21 and strictly enforced for both residents and tourists. Alcohol can only be purchased with valid identification and consumed in licensed venues like hotels, bars, restaurants, and private clubs. Public intoxication and drinking outside designated areas are illegal, with severe penalties such as fines, imprisonment, or deportation. Tourists can obtain a free 30-day alcohol license from stores like African and Eastern or MMI liquor stores by showing their passport and entry stamp, allowing them to buy alcohol for private use. While a license is unnecessary to drink in licensed establishments, visitors must respect Dubai's strict rules, including a zero-tolerance policy for drinking and driving and avoiding public drunkenness. By understanding and respecting these guidelines, residents and visitors can enjoy Dubai's vibrant nightlife while adhering to its cultural norms. 8. Ramadan Observances. Ramadan in Dubai is a special time, combining deep spiritual observance, community engagement, and unique adaptations to daily life. During Ramadan in the year 2024, working hours in both public and private sectors are reduced to accommodate fasting and prayer. Schools also adjust their schedules, ensuring students can participate in the month's activities. While non-humbles are not required to fast, they must respect local customs by refraining from eating, drinking, or smoking in public during daylight hours. Many restaurants provide discreet dining options for those not fasting. As the sun sets, Dubai comes alive with iftar meals that break the fast and suhoor meals enjoyed before dawn. Restaurants and hotels across the city host grand iftar buffets, while night markets and Ramadan tents create vibrant spaces for socializing and entertainment. Tourist attractions and shopping malls remain open with revised hours, and cultural sites offer special Ramadan programs, allowing visitors to experience the spirit of this sacred time. Ramadan fosters a profound sense of community, empathy, and generosity, blending religious traditions with modern hospitality. This unique atmosphere reflects the heart of Dubai, where ancient customs coexist harmoniously with contemporary living. As we continue exploring Dubai, you'll discover how this spirit extends into weekly Friday prayers, weaving a rich cultural tapestry that defines life in this extraordinary city. 9. Friday prayers. One of the most captivating aspects of life in Dubai is the weekly Friday prayer known as Jummah. This special event replaces the usual noon prayer with a congregational prayer and a sermon delivered by the imam. Held at around 1:15 in the afternoon throughout the year, it attracts large crowds to the city's mosques. Across Dubai, the call to prayer or adhan resonates from minarets, inviting Muslims to gather for worship. Attendance is required for men, while women are encouraged to participate but are not obligated. The General Authority of Islamic Affairs and Endowments carefully coordinates the timing of these prayers to match the changing noon prayer times throughout the year. The Friday sermon is not only a religious practice but also a vital platform for community guidance and moral support. With over 1,000 mosques in Dubai, these sacred spaces play a significant role beyond worship, acting as hubs for social interaction and communal bonding. Iconic mosques like Jumeirah Mosque and Al Farouk Omar bin Al Khattab Mosque also host educational tours for non-Muslims, offering unique opportunities to foster cultural understanding. Jummah in Dubai beautifully showcases the harmony between tradition and community, leaving a profound impression on all who experience it. 10. The number of cars. Dubai's astonishing rise in registered vehicles, now exceeding 1,830,000 as of the year 2024, reflects the city's remarkable modernization. This figure has grown dramatically from 1,400,000 in the year 2015 and 740,000 in the year 2006, highlighting Dubai's expanding economy, increasing population, and world-class infrastructure. The city is also leading a shift towards sustainable transportation. Initiatives like the Dubai Electricity and Water Authorities plan to install over 1,000 electric vehicle chargers by the year 2025, and the Green Mobility Strategy for the year 2030 demonstrate Dubai's commitment to eco-friendly solutions. The Roads and Transport Authority is enhancing this progress through smart initiatives that streamline vehicle and driver licensing, efficiently managing the surge in automotive demand. This growth is emblematic of Dubai's broader transformation. From its origins as a modest trading port, the city has become a global powerhouse, featuring landmarks such as the Burj Khalifa and Dubai Mall. Fueled by revenues from oil, trade, tourism, and real estate, Dubai's rapid evolution is unparalleled. Today, Dubai boasts a first-class transportation system including expansive highways, a cutting-edge metro, and one of the busiest airports in the world. With strategic planning and a forward-thinking vision, Dubai continues to set benchmarks in urban growth and innovation, solidifying its status as a global leader in development. 11. Having a low-numbered license plate is considered a symbol of status and prestige. In Dubai, owning a low-numbered license plate is a striking symbol of status and prestige. These plates are highly prized and often fetch extraordinary prices at exclusive auctions. The most desirable plates feature simple, memorable numbers like 1, 2, or 10, signifying immense wealth and influence. Car license plate auctions in Dubai are grand events that attract multi-millionaires and luxury car enthusiasts from around the world. For example, the license plate bearing the number 1 sold for 52.2 million dirhams, approximately $13 million, at an auction in the year 2008. This remarkable sale ranks it among the most expensive license plates ever sold globally. Other low-numbered plates also command astonishing sums, often selling for millions of dirhams, showcasing Dubai's culture of luxury and exclusivity. In addition to auctions, these coveted plates can be acquired through private sales where prices remain exceptionally high. This unique trend reflects Dubai's fascination with luxury and the lengths individuals will go to display their prominence and success in this extraordinary city. 12. A chance to win a fortune. Dubai is synonymous with luxury, and Dubai International Airport offers a dazzling challenge. Inside the terminal, an acrylic box displays a bar of pure gold weighing an astonishing 20 kilograms. The rules are simple. Reach through a hole in the box and extract the gold bar and it's yours to keep. However, the task is anything but easy. The box is ingeniously designed to make retrieving the bar nearly impossible. Despite numerous attempts by hopeful participants, no one has yet managed to claim this glittering prize. This extraordinary challenge reflects Dubai's flair for creating unique and unforgettable experiences. Would you take the risk for a shot at this golden fortune? 13. Largest shopping mall. The Dubai Mall, located in downtown Dubai, is a marvel of modern architecture and the largest shopping mall in Dubai. Spanning an incredible 12 million square feet with nearly 4 million square feet of leasable space, it ranks among the largest malls in the world. The mall is home to over 1,200 retail outlets, including prestigious brands like Galeries Lafayette and Bloomingdale's, along with more than 200 dining options serving cuisines from around the globe. Beyond shopping and dining, Dubai Mall is a hub for unparalleled entertainment. Visitors can explore the Dubai Aquarium and underwater zoo, skate on an Olympic-sized ice rink, or visit Kidzania, a sprawling mini-city designed for children. The mall also features unique attractions like the Dubai Dino, a 155-million-year-old dinosaur skeleton, and Real Cinemas, a 22-screen movie complex. High-end Fashion Avenue and the Souk, offering traditional jewelry and handicrafts, add to its allure. In the year 2023, Dubai Mall welcomed 105 million visitors, reaffirming its position as a global hotspot. Currently, a $400 million expansion project is underway, set to add 240 luxury retail and dining outlets. As you marvel at the grandeur of Dubai Mall, it's clear that the city's love for opulence extends far beyond shopping and entertainment, even to its police force, which boasts a fleet of supercars as extraordinary as the mall itself. 14. Police force with supercars. Did you know that the Dubai police are famous for their fleet of luxury cars? While most countries use standard patrol vehicles, Dubai elevates law enforcement with Ferraris and Lamborghinis as police cruisers. This is Dubai, the land of opulence. Among their prized possessions is a Bugatti Veyron, one of the fastest cars in the world, capable of speeds exceeding 250 miles per hour. This remarkable car alone costs over $2 million. The fleet doesn't end there. Dubai police also drive other iconic cars. Their collection of 14 supercars includes prestigious brands like Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Aston Martin, and Mercedes, among others. It's tempting to imagine riding in one of these stunning vehicles, but judging by the city's low crime rates, the locals seem far less interested in testing the system. This fleet isn't just about performance, it's a symbol of Dubai's extravagant style and innovative approach, setting a standard unmatched by any other city in the world. 15. Right-hand etiquette. In Dubai, practicing right-hand etiquette is an important part of showing respect for deeply rooted cultural and religious traditions. Visitors should always use their right hand for eating, drinking, receiving gifts, and handling money, as the left hand is traditionally seen as unclean. This custom extends to greetings as well. Handshakes should be offered with the right hand, and men should wait for Emirati women to initiate a handshake. Respecting Dubai's customs also includes dressing modestly, avoiding public displays of affection, and being especially considerate during Ramadan, when eating or drinking in public during daylight hours is strictly forbidden. By observing these norms, visitors can ensure respectful and positive interactions while experiencing the rich culture of Dubai. 16. Public displays of affection. Public displays of affection are closely regulated in Dubai, reflecting the United Arab Emirates' cultural and religious emphasis on modesty and conservative behavior. Acts such as kissing, hugging, and even holding hands in public are considered inappropriate. Married couples may be tolerated for holding hands on rare occasions, but more intimate gestures are strictly forbidden. Violations of these laws can result in fines, imprisonment, or even deportation, depending on the severity of the offense. While recent legal reforms now permit unmarried couples to live together discreetly, public displays of affection remain unacceptable. These rules are especially strict during Ramadan, a time of heightened cultural and religious observance. Respecting these boundaries ensures harmonious interactions and demonstrates an understanding of Dubai's deeply rooted traditions. 17. The expatriate population far exceeds the local population. Dubai's liberal policies and rapid development have created a striking demographic imbalance, with expatriates vastly outnumbering local Emiratis. Estimates suggest there are about 7 times more foreigners than Emiratis living in the city. This extraordinary population mix is a result of Dubai's transformation into a global business and tourism hub. Its booming economy, fueled by trade, finance, construction, and tourism, attracts workers from around the world. The city's expatriate community is diverse, including highly skilled professionals, service industry workers, and construction laborers from countries such as India, Pakistan, the Philippines, the United Kingdom, and many others. This rich cultural tapestry brings together countless languages and traditions, making Dubai a vibrant and multicultural destination. Emiratis, despite being a small minority of the population, hold influential positions in government and key sectors of the economy, playing a crucial role in shaping the nation's direction. Dubai's fusion of cultures, combined with its dynamic economy, creates a city like no other, a place where tradition and modernity coexist in harmony. Exploring this unique demographic landscape also sheds light on how cultural diversity influences aspects of life in Dubai, such as its dress code, which seamlessly blends tradition with contemporary fashion. 18. Dress code. Dubai's dress code is a fascinating mix of cultural, religious, and social expectations that prioritize modesty and respect for local customs. Visitors and residents are encouraged to cover their shoulders and knees in public areas, avoiding revealing attire such as tank tops, short skirts, or shorts. Swimwear, including bikinis and swimsuits, is acceptable at beaches, pools, and water parks, but it should not be overly revealing, and topless sunbathing is strictly forbidden. When visiting religious sites, women are often required to cover their heads and wear long sleeves with full-length skirts or trousers, while men should avoid shorts and sleeveless tops. For casual outings, such as trips to malls or restaurants, smart, casual attire is standard. Women typically wear dresses, skirts, or top that cover the shoulders, while men outdoor activities like desert safaris call for breathable, comfortable clothing suitable for Dubai's warm climate. In business or formal settings, men are expected to wear suits or smart shirts with trousers, while women should choose modest and professional outfits. Lightweight fabrics are ideal for the city's hot weather, and comfortable shoes are a must for exploring Dubai's many attractions. By following these simple guidelines, visitors can fully immerse themselves in the city's vibrant culture while respecting local traditions and avoiding potential misunderstandings. 19. Palm Islands. The Palm Islands, especially Palm Jumeirah, are a breathtaking testament to Dubai's engineering and urban planning prowess. These artificial islands were designed to extend Dubai's coastline by more than 300 miles, accommodating its growing number of tourists and residents. Palm Jumeirah, the most famous of the three, is shaped like a palm tree, surrounded by a protective breakwater and connected to the mainland by a bridge. Constructed primarily from sand and rock, it has added approximately 35 miles of new coastline. This luxurious island is home to high-end hotels, lavish residential villas, and top-notch shopping and dining destinations like Nakheel Mall and The Point. However, its construction has had significant environmental impacts, including coastal erosion, disruption of marine habitats, and changes in sediment movement. Efforts to address these challenges include the construction of breakwaters and ongoing monitoring to minimize risks like sinking and erosion. Palm Jumeirah also attracts some of the world's wealthiest residents, including notable figures such as members of Azerbaijan's ruling Aliyev family. The Palm Islands showcase Dubai's bold ambition and innovative spirit, serving as a symbol of luxury and progress, while underscoring the importance of sustainable development in such grand projects. 20. Dubai's camel races. Dubai perfectly demonstrates its unique fusion of tradition and innovation through the captivating world of camel racing, where robots now take the place of human jockeys. If you think camels are merely desert animals used for transportation, think again. In Dubai, they hold a central role in an exhilarating sport, camel racing. Camel racing has been a cherished tradition in Middle Eastern culture for centuries, with Dubai hosting some of the most prestigious events. Historically, human jockeys, often children due to their lighter weight, were used in these races. However, this practice raised serious ethical concerns, including reports of exploitation and abuse. In the early 2000s, Dubai revolutionized the sport by introducing robot jockeys weighing between 4 and 7 pounds. These robotic devices allow camel owners to remotely control their speed and direction. They are even equipped to issue voice commands, motivating the camels during races. This technological innovation not only addressed the welfare issues surrounding child jockeys, but also brought a modern twist to a beloved cultural pastime. Dubai's camel races are a perfect example of how the city preserves its rich heritage while embracing cutting-edge advancements. Have you ever heard of a place where fish literally fall from the sky? Yes, fish, raining down to cover streets, rooftops, and fields in an extraordinary dreamlike scene. This isn't a myth. It's the reality of Euro, a town where the unbelievable happens every single year. Is it a divine miracle, a strange weather event, or a puzzle so baffling that even science is left speechless? What other mysteries does life in Euro conceal, hiding them from the world's gaze? Stay tuned until the end of this journey. You're about to witness something unforgettable. Euro, a quaint town in northern Honduras, nestles quietly amid lush green hills and fertile valleys, where life flows at a calm, familiar pace. Families tend to their crops, children laugh and play along dirt paths, and the natural rhythm of the land shapes daily routines. Yet, Euro holds a secret so astonishing it has mystified scientists and captivated imaginations for generations. Once or twice each year during the rainy season, Euro undergoes an incredible transformation. Heavy clouds gather, lightning illuminates the sky, and rain falls in torrents. But this is no ordinary storm. When the rain subsides, the ground is littered with fish. Tilapia and snapper, still alive and flopping, are scattered across streets, rooftops, and fields as if they had been poured directly from the heavens. The sight is unforgettable. Villagers step outside, baskets in hand, to gather the fish shimmering in the soft post-storm light. The earthy smell of rain blends with the salty aroma of fresh fish, even though the nearest ocean lies more than 70 kilometers away. The rain of fish is not just a local legend, it is a riddle yet to be solved. Could it be a strange meteorological phenomenon? Or perhaps a true miracle? Stay with us, because the next chapter will uncover the truth. This is La Lluvia de Peces, or the rain of fish, a phenomenon found only in Euro. It takes place once or twice a year, typically between May and July during the rainy season. Villagers step out of their homes in amazement, gathering the fish with baskets or even their bare hands. Some take them home to prepare meals, viewing the fish as a gift from above. Others simply stand in awe, their fascination as strong as the very first time they witness this incredible event. But this phenomenon is about more than just fish. It's a moment that brings the entire community together. Consider Carlos, a lifelong farmer in Euro. He fondly recalls how, as a boy, he would race outside with his family to collect fish after the storms. It felt like magic, he says with a nostalgic smile. We didn't know why it happened, but we believed it was a blessing. Even now, Carlos admits, he feels the same childlike wonder each time it occurs. Although it happens regularly, the rain of fish is still a mystery. Many theories try to explain it, but none provide a complete answer. Where do these fish originate? And how do they end up in Euro, a town over 70 kilometers from the sea? Keep watching as we uncover the truth behind this incredible mystery. Before we dive deeper, if you've enjoyed this story so far, please take 5 seconds to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We promise the upcoming content will be just as fascinating. Two main theories try to explain this unbelievable phenomenon, but neither fully resolves all the questions. The first theory suggests waterspouts, tornado-like storms that form over water. These powerful whirlwinds can lift fish, frogs, and other small creatures into the air, carrying them over long distances before dropping them elsewhere. It sounds possible, but there's one major issue. Euro is more than 70 kilometers from the nearest ocean. Could waterspouts really carry fish this far inland so accurately year after year? The second, more likely theory points to underground rivers. In the 1970s, researchers from National Geographic explored the rain of fish and uncovered evidence supporting this idea. During heavy storms, these hidden rivers might overflow, pushing blind freshwater fish to the surface. Many of the fish found after the rain of fish are blind, which fits with this theory. Still, the lack of identified underground rivers leaves this mystery unsolved. Both explanations have their merits and flaws. Waterspouts seem feasible, but struggle to account for the long inland distance. The underground river theory fits the type of fish involved, yet it doesn't explain why this event is unique to Euro, despite other places sharing similar conditions. Local fisherman Miguel remembers the first time he saw the fish rain as a child. "We thought it was a miracle. The fish were blind, like they had come from another world," he says. For people like Miguel, the rain of fish isn't just a question to answer. It's a treasured part of their culture. Now it's your turn. What do you think causes the rain of fish? Are you on Team Waterspout or Team Underground River? Or do you have your own wild idea? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to hear from you. For many in Euro, science provides possible explanations, but the real answer, they say, lies in a powerful legend that has been passed down for generations. In the 19th century, a Spanish missionary named Father Manuel de Jesus Subirana arrived in Euro and encountered unimaginable suffering. The townspeople, plagued by hunger, had little hope for survival. Deeply moved, Father Subirana prayed with all his heart. For 3 days and nights, he knelt in the town square, begging God to help the people. Then, according to the legend, a miracle happened. Torrential rain began to fall, but this was no ordinary storm. Along with the downpour came fish, scattered across the town as though the heavens had answered Father Subirana's prayers. The townspeople gathered the fish, their hunger eased, and their faith in a higher power restored. The stories of that first rain are still vivid in local lore. Families, drenched and kneeling in the mud, reached toward the sky as fish flopped all around them. Every crash of thunder felt like a divine response to their cries. This scene has become central to Euro's identity, symbolizing resilience and the power of faith. Even today, the Rain of Fish is more than an event. It's a cherished tradition. Annual festivals honor the miracle with colorful parades, heartfelt prayers, and celebrations of cultural pride. For the people of Euro, it's not about understanding why the rain happens, but feeling the connection it represents. As Maria, a local teacher, says, the rain reminds us that even in our darkest moments, there is always hope. What do you think? Could this be a true divine miracle? Comment yes or no below and share your thoughts with us. But if this wonder is more than just a legend, how do Euro's modern residents benefit from it? Stay with us as we explore the answers. In Euro, what began as a mysterious event has evolved into more than just a local marvel. It's now a lifeline for many families. The Rain of Fish, once celebrated solely as a divine blessing, has transformed into an opportunity, providing a rare source of income in this remote town. For years, the fish that rained from the sky were collected by villagers to feed their families. But recently, the Heaven Fish Project has taken this phenomenon to the next level, creating a sustainable initiative. Families gather the fish during these rare events and sell them as a unique premium product. The fish are carefully cleaned, processed, and packaged using eco-friendly materials made from banana peels to meet environmentally conscious standards. These packages are then distributed to over 200 restaurants and supermarkets throughout Honduras, where the fish's extraordinary origin makes it a prized delicacy. The impact has been life-changing. Each kilogram of fish sells for $13, a significant income boost in a region where many live on less than $2 a day. During these events, families can collect up to 10 kilograms of fish, earning enough to pay for school fees, medical expenses, or home repairs. For Marcos, a father of 3, the income is a blessing. For us, it's more than just fish, he says. It's a chance to educate our children, something we never thought possible. The economic benefits extend beyond individual households. The Heaven Fish Project employs locals to sort, package, and manage logistics, turning a once simple survival practice into a thriving community enterprise. What began as a mysterious occurrence now boosts the local economy while honoring the event's cultural and spiritual roots. Families eagerly collect the fish, which are then packaged with 100% sustainable materials, keeping the process environmentally friendly. This combination of folklore and practicality makes the Rain of Fish truly special. For Euronos, it's not just about the mystery. It's about how that mystery sustains their community and secures their future. Life in Euro revolves around a deep sense of community where families work hand in hand to meet the challenges of rural living. Here, neighbors are much more than acquaintances. They're like extended family. It's common to see relatives living nearby, sharing tasks and resources. Whether it's helping with the harvest or watching children while parents are busy, the people of Euro embody the spirit of collective support. This togetherness is woven into their language. A friendly "Que pedo vos" is the local way of saying, "What's up?" Calling someone "maje" is like saying "buddy" or "dude." And if someone is fair-skinned or light-haired, they might be affectionately called "chele." These expressions add a warm, personal touch to everyday interactions, making Euro feel inviting and familiar. Strolling through Euro feels like stepping into a world where tradition blends with simplicity. Small, family-run shops line the streets, offering fresh produce, handmade crafts, and household essentials. At the open-air markets, the mouth-watering aroma of grilled meat mingles with the scent of freshly baked bread, while vendors call out their goods in rhythmic voices. On weekends, the town comes alive with soccer games on dusty fields and families gathering to share meals under the shade of mango trees. The town's vibrant culture truly shines during its annual festivals, with the patron saint celebrations being the highlight. Every February, in honor of Santa Cecilia, Yoro transforms into a hub of festivities. Fireworks light up the night, folk dancers in colorful costumes perform to marimba music, and families prepare lavish feasts. Children run through the streets dressed in traditional attire, adding to the joyous atmosphere. It's a time when Yoro's rich heritage takes center stage, offering a window into its cultural soul. Yet, life in Yoro isn't without its hardships. Job opportunities are limited, with most families relying on agriculture. Coffee, maize, and beans are the primary crops, but incomes remain modest. Many households depend on remittances sent by relatives working abroad, a vital source of support but one that also creates emotional gaps in the community. According to data from the Honduran Ministry of Labor in 2024, over 18% of rural households, including those in Yoro, receive remittances, highlighting the economic challenges they face. Yoro's way of life is a story of resilience, built on shared traditions and an unbreakable sense of unity. But as modern challenges loom, one question persists: can Yoro's fish phenomenon drive the economic growth the town needs? Stay tuned. We'll explore more in the next chapter. Yoro, like the rest of Honduras, bears the marks of a rich and complicated history, a journey that spans from ancient splendor to colonial domination and, later, corporate exploitation. These historical layers have profoundly shaped the town and its people, leaving behind a legacy that endures to this day. Before Spanish ships crossed the Atlantic, Honduras was home to the mighty Mayan civilization, whose cultural and scientific achievements were unmatched. Just a few hours from Yoro lies Copan, often called the Athens of the Mayan world. Its majestic temples, intricately carved stelae, and ceremonial plazas reflect a civilization deeply advanced in architecture and astronomy. Copan remains a global attraction, drawing visitors who come to admire the legacy of a culture that flourished over 1,000 years ago. For Hondurans, this connection to their Mayan heritage is a source of pride, reminding them of their ancestors' remarkable sophistication and resilience. The arrival of the Spanish in the early 16th century marked a dramatic shift. Led by figures like Hernán Cortés, the Spanish sought riches in gold and silver, imposing systems of forced labor on the indigenous population. This exploitation devastated local communities, disrupting their ways of life and erasing many cultural traditions. The consequences of colonization linger in Honduras today, evident in the social and economic divides that persist. According to a 2024 study by the Honduran Institute of History, the indigenous population experienced a significant decline during the first century of Spanish rule, a stark reminder of the era's devastating impact. Understanding this history helps illuminate the strength and perseverance of those who survived and continue to contribute to Honduran culture. By the late 19th century, a different kind of colonization emerged, not through conquest, but through corporate control. Companies like the United Fruit Company and Standard Fruit Company acquired vast expanses of Honduras's fertile land, transforming the nation into what became known as a banana republic. This term came to symbolize economies dependent on single-crop exports and the political manipulation that accompanied such dependency. These corporations wielded immense power, shaping government policies to secure their interests. Land was sold at absurdly low prices, often at the expense of local communities. For many Hondurans, life during this time meant working long hours in plantations for minimal pay, with little chance for social or economic mobility. The legacies of these historical eras continue to affect modern Honduras. The nation struggles with inequality, much of it rooted in past systems of resource extraction and foreign control. A 2024 report from the World Bank notes that Honduras remains one of the most unequal countries in Latin America, with rural areas like Yoro facing significant economic challenges. This history impacts more than just the economy. It influences the culture and emotions of Yoro's residents. Many families in the town trace their struggles to these periods of upheaval, yet their resilience remains inspiring. The rain of fish phenomenon, for example, represents hope and survival in a region that has endured so much. While Yoro and Honduras continue to confront these historical and economic challenges, the strength and adaptability of the people show their determination to rise above adversity. In Honduras, food is more than just a meal. It's a reflection of culture, history, and family, served with warmth and tradition. In Yoro, the cuisine is as vibrant as its people, with each dish telling a story of community and heritage. From bold, spicy flavors to sweet, comforting treats, Honduran food is a true feast for the senses. One staple you'll find on nearly every table is the baleada. Picture a soft, freshly made tortilla filled with creamy, refried beans, crumbly cheese, and a dollop of rich crema. This simple yet satisfying dish is a favorite for breakfast or a quick snack. For a heartier meal, toppings like eggs, avocado, or chorizo can be added, making it a versatile dish that everyone can enjoy. Another standout is sopa de caracol, a dish that captures the soul of coastal Honduras. This creamy soup is made with tender sea snail meat, coconut milk, and green plantains. Its rich tropical flavor and the enticing aroma of coconut and spices make it a memorable experience before you even take a bite. Yoro adds its own twist to Honduran gastronomy with unique local dishes. Ana fraise, a bubbling pot of melted cheese and refried beans, is served with crispy tortilla chips, making it perfect for sharing with friends. Then there's sopa de gallina indiana, a traditional chicken soup made with free-range hens, fresh vegetables, and aromatic herbs. Often prepared for family gatherings or special occasions, this dish is hearty and packed with flavor, thanks to fresh ingredients from Yoro's fertile surroundings. Honduran cuisine thrives on bold, vibrant flavors. Smoky local chiles add heat to many recipes, while herbs like cilantro bring a refreshing zest. On the sweeter side, desserts like capirotada, a bread pudding made with honey, raisins, and spices, are a comforting treat often reserved for Holy Week. This balance of fiery and sweet reflects the creativity and diversity of Honduran cooks. Food also plays a vital role in celebrations. Festivals like Yoro's patron saint festivities are incomplete without tables full of homemade dishes. Families gather to share steaming pots of soup, platters of grilled meats, and endless tortillas. These meals aren't just about eating. They're about connection, laughter, and keeping traditions alive. In Yoro, food is an expression of love and care. Offering a warm plate of bayadas or a bowl of sopa de gallina india is a way of saying welcome or I'm thinking of you. As Maria, a local cook, puts it, cooking isn't just about the ingredients, it's about the love you put into every step. When I prepare a meal, I'm sharing a piece of my heart. This connection can be tasted in every bite. It's what makes the food of Yoro feel like home, whether you're visiting for the first time or you've lived there all your life. In every dish, there's a story that warms the soul and strengthens the bonds of community, even on the stormiest days. Honduras is a land of contrasts, and nowhere is this more apparent than in its stunning and varied landscapes. From the rolling green hills of Yoro to the sparkling waters of the Caribbean Sea, the country's natural beauty is as diverse as its culture. Each region tells a unique story, shaped by its geography, climate, and the people who live there. Picture a land where jagged mountains rise high into the clouds, their mist-covered peaks standing as silent guardians over the valleys below. This is the heart of Honduras, a nation where the terrain is as dramatic as its history. Yoro, nestled among fertile valleys and verdant hills, provides the perfect setting for its fascinating traditions. Just a short distance away lies Pico Pijol National Park, a haven of biodiversity with breathtaking views and species found nowhere else in the world. Travel north and the scenery shifts dramatically as the country meets the Caribbean Sea. Here, the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, the second largest coral reef system in the world, hugs the coastline. With its crystal-clear waters and vibrant marine life, it's a dream destination for divers. Venture inland, and you'll find a completely different landscape. The tropical heat of the coast gives way to the cooler, verdant highlands, where coffee plantations flourish and rivers wind through dense forests. This geographical diversity also brings varied climates. The lowlands remain hot and humid year-round, while the mountains offer cooler temperatures and lush greenery during the rainy season, transforming the land into a paradise of life and color. However, these natural wonders face significant challenges. Like many rural areas, Yoro grapples with deforestation and water scarcity. Illegal logging and unsustainable farming have stripped away crucial forest cover, while outdated infrastructure makes accessing clean water a daily struggle. A 2024 report by the Honduran Ministry of Environment revealed that more than 30% of the nation's forests have been lost over the last 2 decades, threatening both wildlife and local communities. Despite these challenges, local initiatives are working to preserve Honduras's natural beauty. In Euro, volunteers have taken the lead in reforesting hillsides, planting native trees to help restore the delicate ecological balance. These efforts, while small, offer hope for the future. As Luis, a farmer-turned-conservationist, explains, "We're not just planting trees, we're planting hope for the next generation." Honduras is more than just a point on the map. It's a rich tapestry of beauty, resilience, and wonder. From the mystery of the rain of fish to the cultural treasures of Euro, every corner of this country has a story waiting to be discovered. Known as the land of maple leaves, Canada is a country filled with contrasts. In Amish communities, women wear bonnets, never cut their hair, avoid buttons or jewelry, and live fully disconnected from modern life. Hospitality here takes on unique forms. Visiting an Inuit home, you might be invited to spend the evening engaging in traditions with the host's family, an unforgettable experience rooted in their culture. Ever heard of paying taxes with seal paws? In remote Newfoundland and Labrador, this curious practice isn't just a myth, it's part of the local charm. Don't miss this video because every detail will amaze you. Let's begin. Welcome to the land of maple leaves, the second largest country on the planet. Spanning from the icy reaches of the Arctic Circle in the north to the vibrant, bustling cities along its southern edge, Canada's sheer size is astounding. To put it into perspective, if you decided to drive non-stop from Vancouver on the west coast to St. John's on the east coast, it would take nearly 7 days. Despite covering an astonishing 10 million square kilometers, enough space to fit multiple South American countries like Brazil and Mexico combined, Canada's population is surprisingly modest. With roughly 38 million residents, it has one of the lowest population densities in the world. But what Canada lacks in people, it more than makes up for in stunning landscapes. Picture this: the rugged peaks of the Rocky Mountains, endless crystal-clear lakes, and sprawling forests that stretch as far as the eye can see. Canada is also home to about 20% of the world's freshwater reserves and boasts more lakes than any other country on Earth. In the icy and remote northern regions of Canada, the Inuit people stand as one of the most resilient and captivating cultures in the world. Their deep connection to nature and spirituality has been shaped by centuries of surviving in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Inuit hospitality is a fascinating and unique tradition that takes on an entirely different meaning in the Arctic. When a guest is welcomed into an Inuit community, the experience goes far beyond simply offering a warm meal or a comfortable place to sleep. In some cases, a host might even offer a special night of companionship with his wife, a way to honor the guest. For visitors unfamiliar with this practice, it can be quite surprising, especially for couples. Refusing such a gesture may sometimes be seen as disrespectful, making it a delicate cultural exchange. However, in Inuit tradition, while the offer may come from the husband, the ultimate decision lies with the wife. This act is not a simple transaction, but rather a gesture of honor, intended to welcome the guest into the community with the highest regard. This unique hospitality ties deeply into their spiritual beliefs. The Inuit are known for their openness, which extends to certain rituals involving the exchange of partners. These exchanges are often performed with religious intentions and are done with the awareness and guidance of their spiritual leader, the Angakuk. The Angakuk holds an essential role as the intermediary between the physical world and the spirit world, ensuring harmony in both realms. Would you accept such an invitation and experience the warmth of Inuit hospitality? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's step into the fascinating world of the Amish, a community that seems frozen in time, living entirely apart from the rush of the modern world. The Amish are easy to recognize, especially the women, thanks to their distinctive clothing and devotion to a life governed by tradition and faith. Their clothing is much more than just attire, it reflects their deeply held values of modesty and humility. In this community, appearance is not about self-expression, but about blending into the group and showing dedication to their faith. Amish women wear long, plain dresses, usually in darker shades such as navy blue, black, or brown, with no patterns or decorative elements. Their arms are always covered as a symbol of modesty, and their hair, never cut, is carefully tucked away beneath a bonnet or cap. This head covering signifies their submission to religious authority and their role within the family, which is central to Amish life. Even the smallest details of their clothing reveal fascinating cultural insights. For instance, the Amish avoid buttons because they associate them with militarism and modernity. Instead, they use hooks and eyes to fasten their garments, emphasizing simplicity and adherence to tradition. Their way of life goes far beyond clothing. From an early age, Amish women are taught to follow a path of obedience, first to their fathers and later to their husbands. Their days are devoted to managing the household, raising children, and supporting the family. The Amish view these roles as part of their faith, seeing them as a divine plan they are called to fulfill. This separation from modern life is deliberate. By avoiding electricity, cars, and even telephones, the Amish seek to shield themselves from the temptations of the outside world, which they believe could lead them away from their faith. For Amish women, their simple clothing, free of jewelry or makeup, serves as both an act of modesty and a way to reject vanity. So, could you imagine living this way, without technology, surrounded by tradition, and guided by faith? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Canada, celebrated for its politeness, is also home to some truly fascinating and unusual laws that might make you pause and wonder. One of the most peculiar tax laws comes from Newfoundland and Labrador, a province famed for its rugged coastlines and deep Arctic traditions. In the past, paying taxes here didn't always involve money. Astonishingly, seal paws were once accepted as a form of tax payment. This quirky practice was rooted in the region's reliance on seals for survival, as seal products were essential to the local economy. Although seal paws are no longer used to pay taxes, the seal harvest remains an important part of life for many coastal and indigenous communities in Newfoundland and Labrador. This unusual chapter in Canada's history continues to influence local traditions and culture. Canada's unique laws aren't limited to taxation. In the snowy far north, there are regulations that reflect the importance of dog sledding. Dog sledding has been a vital mode of transportation for centuries in areas like Yukon and Nunavut, where harsh Arctic landscapes demand resourcefulness. Sled dogs, especially Siberian Huskies, play a crucial role in this tradition. These dogs, which share physical traits with wolves, are known for their endurance and teamwork. Their loyalty and ability to traverse long distances over difficult terrain make them indispensable companions in these frozen regions. Laws in these areas ensure sled dogs are treated with the utmost respect. These regulations cover everything from the number of dogs required for a sled to their care and well-being, emphasizing their role as essential partners in navigating the Arctic. So, what does it cost to travel and live in this extraordinary country? Before we dive into that, let me take just 10 seconds of your time. If you're enjoying this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be the first to see our newest videos and exciting content. We promise to keep making this show even better for you. Do we have a deal? Traveling to Canada is quite straightforward, particularly if you're coming from the United States or Europe. Major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary are well connected, with numerous direct flights available at competitive prices. Both major and budget airlines offer plenty of options for travelers. For coffee enthusiasts, you'll feel right at home. A cup of coffee in Canada typically costs between $2 and $3, similar to prices in cities like New York or Los Angeles. When it comes to dining out, Canada provides a wide variety of options to suit any budget. A mid-range meal usually costs around $15 to $30 per person, with an abundance of international cuisine available in cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. If you're looking to save money, street food and fast casual dining are great choices. With meals available for under $10, accommodation prices vary depending on where you stay. In bustling cities like Toronto and Vancouver, mid-range hotels range from $100 to $150 per night. Smaller towns and remote areas often have more affordable options, especially if you don't mind basic amenities. For a budget-friendly and adventurous alternative, camping in one of Canada's national parks offers a fantastic way to immerse yourself in the country's breathtaking natural beauty. Speaking of nature, it's Canada's biggest attraction, and much of it is free. Whether you're hiking in the Rockies, kayaking on pristine lakes, or exploring the vast prairies, you'll find endless opportunities to enjoy the outdoors without spending a fortune. Most national parks have low entrance fees, making it easy to experience these stunning landscapes on a budget. In major cities, public transportation is both reliable and affordable. Cities like Toronto and Montreal offer daily or weekly passes for buses, subways, and streetcars. For longer trips across the country, via rail, Canada's national train service is an excellent option. While it may not be the fastest way to travel, the scenic routes provide an unforgettable experience. Canada also boasts plenty of free or low-cost cultural attractions, from museums to public events. During the summer months, cities like Montreal host numerous free festivals and street performances, giving you the chance to immerse yourself in local culture without spending much. Picture the far northern regions of Canada, where snow never melts and icy winds sweep across vast tundras. The indigenous peoples who have called this frozen land home for centuries come to mind. Historically referred to as Eskimos, a term derived from an Algonquin word meaning meat eater, this label is now considered outdated. Today, these indigenous peoples, especially in Canada and Greenland, are known by their proper name, Inuit, which means the people or real people in their language, Inuktitut. This name reflects their strong identity and close ties to the land, sea, and ice. The Inuit are a fascinating group, thriving in the Arctic for thousands of years. Their survival depends on a deep understanding of their surroundings, where hunting seals, whales, and caribou is essential. From building igloos to mastering ice fishing, the Inuit have developed skills that are deeply connected to nature. Inuit women hold essential roles in family and community life. They prepare animal skins for clothing, cook, and raise children. Beyond these duties, they support hunting by crafting tools and sharing knowledge of the land and animals. Their traditional clothing, like the amauti, a parka with a baby pouch, reflects practicality and ingenuity, highlighting their bond with nature. While the Inuit preserve much of their way of life, they face challenges from modernity and climate change, which disrupt their traditions and gathering practices. Imagine living in a place where temperatures drop far below freezing and snow blankets the land for most of the year. For the Inuit, this is simply home. Over countless generations, they have formed a deep connection with the land, believing that all living things are interconnected. Hunting and fishing are at the heart of Inuit life, but it's more than survival. It's a way of honoring their culture, passed down through generations. Picture a family venturing onto the ice to hunt caribou, seals, or even polar bears. It's a dangerous but vital part of life in the Arctic, providing food, skins, and tools necessary for survival. Every part of the animal is used, leaving nothing to waste. This resourcefulness reflects the deep respect the Inuit hold for animals, recognizing their importance in the balance of life. Now, let's talk about sled dogs, a symbol of resilience in Canada's heritage. During the gold rush in the late 1800s, sled dogs weren't just companions, they were essential lifelines. They carried supplies across remote and dangerous terrains, helping settlers survive. These dogs are bred for endurance, able to pull heavy loads over long distances in freezing conditions. Today, they remain a symbol of determination, much like the Inuit people themselves. Climate change, however, threatens the Inuit way of life. Melting ice and warmer winters disrupt traditional hunting grounds, making survival even more challenging. Yet the Inuit continue to adapt, preserving their traditions while embracing modern advancements. Their ability to endure and thrive in one of the world's harshest environments is a testament to their ingenuity and strength. Let's dive into the world of the Amish, one of the fastest-growing communities in Canada today. Known for their unique beliefs and customs, their roots can be traced back to Europe in the 15th century, where they formed as a religious group seeking a simpler, faith-driven lifestyle. Distancing themselves from mainstream religious practices, they follow a strict set of guidelines called the Ordnung. These rules, based on the Bible's New Testament, guide their lives and encourage them to separate from secular influences. A defining characteristic of the Amish is their commitment to nonviolence. Instead of relying on outside legal systems, they resolve disputes within their own tribunals, a unique practice that sets them apart from the modern world. The Amish began settling in North America, including Canada, where they found a place to uphold their values. Today, Canada, particularly Ontario, has a growing Amish population, distinct for their rejection of modern technology. In Ontario, the Amish population has expanded significantly in recent years. With nearly 40,000 members across Canada, their numbers are increasing rapidly thanks to their high birth rates, averaging 7 children per family. In contrast, the average Canadian family has fewer than 2 children. This growth makes the Amish one of Canada's fastest-growing communities. Their lifestyle forbids electricity, social media, and the internet, keeping them separate from the modern economy. The Amish are renowned for their traditional farming methods and self-sufficiency. Despite their restrictive lifestyle, Amish youth experience a unique period known as Rumspringa, typically between the ages of 16 and 20. During this time, they are free to explore the modern world, including technology, socializing with non-Amish peers, and other worldly experiences. Surprisingly, over 90% of Amish youth ultimately return to their community, fully committing to their faith and way of life. However, leaving the Amish community has significant consequences. Those who leave often sever ties with their family and friends. Returning to the community, if desired, is at the discretion of the elders. Breaking their moral code, particularly concerning purity before marriage, can lead to permanent expulsion, making their rules on modesty and behavior particularly strict. A unique Amish courtship tradition is bundling. This involves young couples spending the night together while fully clothed, often separated by a barrier such as a blanket or pillow. This practice allows them to form emotional connections without violating the rules of modesty. Even facial hair holds symbolic meaning among Amish men. A clean-shaven face signifies that a man is single, while a beard is grown only after baptism and marriage. For Amish men, growing a beard marks a significant spiritual milestone and symbolizes maturity and commitment. Imagine a place where polar bears roam freely, and you can witness these majestic creatures up close like nowhere else on Earth. Welcome to Churchill, Manitoba, the polar bear capital of the world. This small Canadian town attracts visitors from around the globe every fall when polar bears come ashore from Hudson Bay. Canada is home to over 15,000 of the world's 25,000 polar bears, making it the ultimate destination to see these magnificent animals in their natural habitat. And it's not just polar bears. Canada also boasts thriving populations of black bears, grizzlies, and other incredible wildlife, offering adventurers an unforgettable glimpse into the wild. But the wonders of Canada don't stop there. Over at the Bay of Fundy, you'll find something truly astonishing: the highest tides on the planet. These colossal tides rise and fall by over 50 feet, leaving visitors in awe of nature's raw power. To give you an idea, that's as tall as a 5-story building. Here's a fact that might surprise you. Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined. With approximately 3 million lakes across its vast land, Canada holds 20% of the world's fresh water. One of its most remarkable lakes, Great Bear Lake, is not only among the largest but also one of the deepest in the world, a true marvel of natural beauty and abundance. And Canada's sheer size doesn't stop there. It boasts the longest coastline in the world, stretching over 200,000 kilometers. To put that into perspective, walking its entire length would take you 4 years without stopping. Speaking of landscapes, Canada is also home to the smallest desert on the planet. The Carcross Desert, located in the Yukon, spans just 1 square mile, but adds yet another unique feature to Canada's diverse geography. What makes Canada even more remarkable is that 90% of its land remains uninhabited. This untouched wilderness and pristine beauty make Canada a dream destination for nature enthusiasts and thrill seekers alike. Beneath Canada's icy surface lies something even more extreme: permafrost, a layer of ground that stays frozen solid even during the warm summer months. Imagine standing on solid ground only to discover that just a few feet below, the earth is permanently frozen. That's permafrost. It's like nature hit the pause button on the soil. In most parts of the world, the ground changes with the seasons, freezing in winter and thawing in summer. But in the remote northern regions of Canada, the ground stays frozen year-round, often several meters deep. This frozen layer affects everything from how buildings are constructed to the way people travel, and it even impacts deeply personal traditions like burial practices. In regions where permafrost dominates, digging graves during the winter months is nearly impossible. The ground becomes as hard as concrete, making it too tough to break through. To adapt, Arctic and subarctic communities have developed unusual customs. In these areas, when someone passes away during winter, burial must wait until the summer thaw. This means families often store their loved ones in garages or basements for months until the ground softens enough for a proper burial. Building homes and roads on top of this frozen ground also requires ingenuity. Special techniques are used to prevent structures from shifting or sinking as the permafrost beneath them freezes and thaws. But this challenging environment is part of what makes these regions so extraordinary. The way people have adapted to life in the Arctic is a powerful testament to human creativity and resilience. Canada is a country that stands out for its stunning wilderness, unmatched by any other place in the world. One of the reasons for this is that Canada ranks as the third cleanest country in terms of air quality, just behind Estonia and Mauritius. A big factor behind this fresh air is that approximately 31% of Canada's vast land is covered by forests, representing over 10% of the world's total forest area. Can you imagine that? It's a massive expanse, almost as impressive as Canada's international border with the United States. At 8,891 kilometers, it is the longest border in the world. But Canada's records don't stop there. If you're ever in Toronto, you have to visit Yonge Street, which holds the title of the longest street on the planet. It stretches an astounding 56 kilometers, longer than some of the most famous runways in the world, including one built for UFOs. That's right, in the small town of St. Paul, Alberta, a runway was built in 1967 specifically for unidentified flying objects. It was the first of its kind, and the town even features a UFO museum. While there's no confirmation that extraterrestrials have ever landed there, it remains a fascinating and quirky spot to explore. Speaking of flight, traveling to Canada is simpler than you might expect. Canada ranks third in the world for the number of airports, with over 1,467 airports spread across the country. It's only surpassed by the United States and Brazil. If you're planning a visit, all you need to do is book a flight, ensure your passport is valid, and check whether you need a tourist visa or an electronic travel authorization based on your country of origin. When it comes to cold, Canada is home to some of the chilliest places on Earth. Winters in the northern regions can be brutally long and freezing. We're talking about temperatures that often drop below 30 degrees Celsius. That's lower than 22 degrees Fahrenheit. In fact, some areas in Canada are so cold that the ice never melts. Here's an incredible fact: in certain northern communities, when someone passes away in the dead of winter, digging a grave is impossible because the ground is completely frozen solid. During the winter, much of northern Canada transforms into a frozen wonderland. Temperatures can dip to more than 40 degrees Celsius below zero. That's colder than 40 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. Can you imagine living in such extreme conditions? But don't worry, it's not all ice and snow. If you're considering a visit, summer in southern provinces like Ontario and British Columbia offers a pleasant escape. Summer temperatures in these areas often rise above 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit, providing a warm contrast to the icy north. Canada's natural beauty is breathtaking year-round. The country is home to more than 37 national parks and countless nature reserves, protecting over 300,000 square kilometers of its landscape. To put that into perspective, this is an area larger than the entire state of New Mexico. These parks not only preserve Canada's unique ecosystems, but also serve as sanctuaries for wildlife such as grizzly bears, wolves, and caribou, as well as over 600 bird species. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, Canada's parks are a must-see. Whether you're hiking in the rugged peaks of Banff National Park or marveling at the northern lights in the Yukon, Canada's wilderness offers unforgettable experiences in every season. A nation where the riches of oil changed everyday life, where education and healthcare were available to everyone at no cost, and newlywed couples received a home as a gift from the government. Famous for its expansive deserts, ancient heritage, and one of the most polarizing leaders of the 20th century, Libya is also home to fascinating stories, like the mysterious all-female bodyguard unit known as the Amazonian Guard. Libya stands apart from every other Islamic nation on the African continent. Stick around, because you're about to uncover a side of Libya that rarely makes it into the headlines. During the rule of Muammar Gaddafi, Libya experienced a period unlike any other on the African continent. With his bold vision and resistance to Western influence, Gaddafi transformed the country into one of Africa's most prosperous nations. At its peak, Libya had some of the highest per capita income and life expectancy rates in the region. Under Gaddafi's leadership, essential services were viewed as fundamental rights. Education, healthcare, and electricity were all provided free of charge to the population. Libyans enjoyed access to one of Africa's top healthcare systems, where hospitals, clinics, and medicines were available to everyone without cost. Driving this remarkable development was Libya's enormous oil wealth. The country holds the largest oil reserves in Africa, and is ranked among the top 10 globally. Oil and natural gas exports made up nearly 3/4 of Libya's national revenue. Although the industry employed only about 1/10 of the workforce, it was the backbone of the economy, with most exports sent to European markets. By the year 2024, Libya's oil reserves were estimated to be around 50 billion barrels. For Libyans, starting a life in agriculture came with generous government support. Citizens were provided with a house, farmland, livestock, and seeds, all completely free of charge. Transportation was also made accessible. When buying a car, Libyans only needed to pay half the price, as the government covered the other half. With fuel costing as little as 14 cents per liter, getting around was affordable for most people. Employment opportunities were another focus. Graduates who struggled to find work received a government salary based on their area of study, ensuring that young Libyans didn't face financial difficulties immediately after completing their education. Newlyweds also benefited, receiving a free apartment or house to help them begin their new lives without the burden of housing costs. In addition, education and healthcare were fully funded, allowing citizens to access schools, hospitals, and clinics without any financial stress. The government encouraged higher education by providing up to $2,500, along with accommodation expenses for students studying abroad. These measures helped raise living standards across the country, creating a society where basic needs were met and poverty or homelessness were rare. With these extensive support systems in place, Libya stood out as a unique and appealing place for many. If you find Libya as fascinating as we do, share your thoughts in the comments and say, "I love Libya." Libya's economic strength is deeply tied to its vast oil reserves. The country holds the largest oil reserves in Africa and ranks among the top 10 globally. Unlike many nations, Libya refrained from seeking financial aid from the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank. Muammar Gaddafi was steadfast in his goal to keep Libya debt-free, reflecting his vision of a self-reliant and sovereign state. In a bold move, Gaddafi chose to sell oil in exchange for gold, rather than traditional currencies like the US dollar or euro. This strategy, both symbolic and pragmatic, set Libya apart from global financial norms and put it in direct opposition to Western economic systems. By doing so, Libya asserted itself as more than just an oil exporter. It became a challenger to the established global financial order. The oil industry played a critical role in driving Libya's economy, contributing a significant portion of national revenue and making up the majority of the country's exports. By the year 2024, Libya ranked 17th worldwide in oil production, establishing itself as a key supplier to energy-dependent regions like Europe. Did you know that Muammar Gaddafi's elite team of female bodyguards, famously known as the Amazonian Guard, was not only a cornerstone of his public image, but also an integral part of his personal security? The selection process for this team was unbelievably rigorous, and we're about to uncover all the details. But before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got plenty of fascinating stories coming your way. The exclusive female bodyguard team of Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi underwent rigorous training, overseen by none other than his wife, Safiya Farkash Gaddafi. To qualify for this elite group, women had to demonstrate exceptional dedication and professionalism. Gaddafi believed these women acted as a protective charm, bringing him both luck and safety. While Western media often criticized Gaddafi, likening his lifestyle to the luxury of royalty, his supporters admired the distinctive image of the Guard. These female bodyguards, dressed in striking blue or pale yellow military uniforms paired with red berets, became an iconic symbol of Gaddafi's public persona. The team was named the Amazonian Guard, a title Gaddafi chose to celebrate the strength and athletic beauty of North African women. The Amazonian Guard always consisted of 40 highly skilled women. They were impeccably dressed in their uniforms and frequently rotated to ensure top performance. These bodyguards were a constant presence by Gaddafi's side and became an integral part of his carefully curated media image. Surprisingly, the team was not exclusively Libyan. Some members came from neighboring Arab countries such as Tunisia, Lebanon, and Syria, with most receiving their training at the Tripoli Women's Military Academy. These guards endured extremely rigorous training to prepare for their roles. Despite the demanding nature of their work, they were encouraged to maintain a polished, professional appearance with the option to wear makeup, jewelry, and feminine attire when appropriate. The guards were deeply loyal to Gaddafi, with many openly expressing admiration for him. Some even pledged their lives to his protection and refrained from marriage while serving in the role. For his part, Gaddafi frequently praised the skills and bravery of his Virgin Guards in public speeches, showing immense pride in their capabilities. Do you see the Amazonian Guard as a symbol of female empowerment, or do you view it as a reflection of Gaddafi's eccentricity and control? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Muammar Gaddafi, whose full name was Muammar Mohammed Abu Munir Gaddafi, remains one of the most talked about figures of the modern era. His rise to power began in the year 1969, when, at just 27 years old, he led a peaceful coup that reshaped Libya's political landscape. Over the next 4 decades, Gaddafi's leadership would leave a profound impact on Libya's identity and garner global attention. He ruled Libya from 1970 until 2011, when he was eventually overthrown. His life came to an end in October 2011 in his hometown of Sirte, marking the close of an era of distinct governance. Gaddafi's time as leader was defined by his strong opposition to Western influence and intervention. This defiance frequently placed him in direct conflict with global powers, particularly the United States and European nations. One of the most well-known moments of this tension came when U.S. President Ronald Reagan famously referred to Gaddafi as the mad dog of the Middle East. Gaddafi's resistance to Western dominance extended beyond rhetoric. His policies and actions often challenged traditional global power structures, positioning Libya as a unique and independent player in North Africa and the broader Muslim world. Economically, Gaddafi amassed extraordinary wealth. At the time of his death, he was considered one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Estimates suggested his net worth may have reached nearly $200 billion. To put this into perspective, his fortune was said to rival or even surpass the combined wealth of prominent billionaires like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Carlos Slim. This immense wealth was both a source of fascination and controversy, adding complexity to his already enigmatic legacy. Yet, Gaddafi's influence was not defined by wealth or politics alone. During his rule, he implemented various social policies that many Libyans still remember positively. His vision for Libya emphasized independence, self-sufficiency, and unity among Arab nations. However, his leadership style was often criticized as highly authoritarian. His ideological beliefs were outlined in the Green Book, a work that blended elements of socialist and nationalist ideas. It aimed to balance traditional values with Gaddafi's vision of direct governance, creating a framework for his revolutionary approach to leadership. Since the leadership change in 2011, Libya has entered a period of significant political transition. The country is navigating a complex political landscape with 2 administrations operating in different regions, both striving for stability and progress. In the West, Prime Minister Abdulhamid Deiba leads the Government of National Unity, or GNU, based in Tripoli, Libya's capital. Established in 2021 as part of a United Nations-supported initiative, the GNU was designed as a transitional government with plans to hold national elections. However, a variety of challenges and ongoing negotiations have delayed the election process, making the GNU's mission more complicated. Despite being internationally recognized, this administration continues to face the daunting task of unifying diverse regional factions. In contrast, eastern Libya is governed by a separate administration under Prime Minister Osama Hamid and the House of Representatives. This administration also manages much of southern Libya, a region known for its rich cultural heritage and stunning natural landscapes. General Khalifa Haftar, a prominent figure in the east, wields considerable influence in the region, bolstered by the support of several international allies, which adds a global dimension to Libya's current journey. Libya's vast and diverse geography poses significant challenges for both governance and logistics. About 90% of the nation is covered by the Sahara Desert, a sprawling expanse of rugged highlands and towering sand dunes. This ocean of sand features awe-inspiring natural landmarks such as the Sahara Highlands near the Libya-Chad border, home to the country's tallest peak, and the Al-Harouj Al-Aswad volcanic plateau. These breathtaking landscapes not only showcase Libya's natural diversity but also play an essential role in shaping its identity. Amid these complexities, Libya's ancient history serves as a unifying thread and a source of cultural pride. For adventurers and history enthusiasts, Tripoli, located along the Mediterranean coast, acts as a gateway to this rich heritage. Known in Arabic as Tarabulus al-Gharb, Tripoli offers a glimpse into Libya's story through its historic architecture and picturesque coastal views. Just 60 kilometers west of the city lies the ancient Roman city of Sabratha, home to remarkable ruins and mosaics that vividly reflect the depth of Libya's cultural legacy. These historic sites along Libya's coastline are testaments to the enduring cultural significance and resilience that continue to inspire a shared sense of identity. Libya's brief and unique monarchy is remembered through the reign of a single king. King Idris I, Libya's first and only monarch, ruled from the nation's independence in 1951 until his deposition in 1969. His story is deeply tied to Libya's journey from colonial domination to its emergence as an independent nation, blending political and religious significance. Before becoming king, Idris was a spiritual leader born into the influential Senussi order. This religious movement, prominent in North Africa, emphasized unity, reform, and spirituality, playing a critical role in shaping Libyan society during the colonial era. Idris initially served as the Emir of Cyrenaica, a historic region in eastern Libya, before ascending to the throne. His coronation in 1951 marked a significant milestone, the end of colonial rule and the birth of Libya as an independent kingdom. However, while King Idris symbolized a new beginning for Libya, his conservative leadership style struggled to gain widespread popularity. He was seen as a traditionalist, cautious in his approach to governance, which contrasted with the rapid modernization and reforms sweeping through neighboring Arab nations. This approach did not resonate with the younger generation, who were eager for change and reform. By the late 1960s, dissatisfaction with his leadership grew, particularly among younger military officers who viewed him as disconnected from Libya's evolving identity and aspirations. In 1969, while King Idris was abroad receiving medical treatment, a government led by Colonel Muammar Gaddafi took power, marking the start of a new chapter in Libya's history. King Idris spent the rest of his life in exile, witnessing from afar the dramatic transformations that reshaped his homeland. Despite his deposition, his legacy remains significant, representing the country's first steps towards self-governance and independence. His reign stands as a pivotal moment in Libya's history, where tradition intersected with the desire for progress and change. Libya is widely recognized today as a predominantly Muslim country, but its history also carries deep ties to Christianity. These connections trace back to two significant figures in biblical tradition, Simon of Cyrene and St. Mark. Simon of Cyrene, a man from the ancient Libyan city of Cyrene, played a memorable role in Christian history. He was called upon to help carry Jesus' cross on the journey to Golgotha, an event that holds profound significance in the Bible. Though his story is brief, it establishes a powerful link between Libya and one of the most pivotal moments in Christian tradition. Cyrene itself was once a flourishing city, serving as both a spiritual and cultural hub that connected North Africa to the early Christian world. Another key figure tied to Libya's Christian heritage is St. Mark. Known for writing the Gospel of Mark, he is credited with founding the Church of Alexandria in Egypt around 49 AD. This event marked the beginning of many Eastern Christian traditions, including the Coptic and Greek Orthodox churches. Over time, these traditions extended their influence into Libya, leaving a lasting mark on the country's cultural and religious history. Even in a predominantly Islamic society, these churches continue to reflect a unique thread of Christian heritage that remains a part of Libya's story. Despite its vast oil wealth, Libya faces significant challenges when it comes to food production. Between 75% and 80% of the food consumed in Libya is imported. This heavy dependency is largely due to its natural environment. Libya is situated in the heart of the Sahara Desert, where scorching temperatures, scarce rainfall, and poor soil make farming extremely difficult. The arid climate severely limits the country's ability to produce enough crops to sustain its population, leaving it reliant on imports to meet its food needs. To address this critical issue, former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi launched one of the most ambitious irrigation projects in history, the Great Man-Made River Project. This groundbreaking initiative aimed to revolutionize Libya's agricultural potential by providing a dependable water source in one of the driest places on Earth. The project spans nearly 1,750 miles, creating an extensive underground network of pipes designed to transport water from ancient aquifers buried deep beneath the Sahara Desert to the more populated coastal regions and farmlands. Even with this monumental effort, Libya's dependence on imported food remains high. Factors such as population growth, economic instability, and occasional disruptions to the irrigation system continue to affect the country's food security. While the Great Man-Made River Project stands as a testament to Libya's determination to overcome its environmental challenges, the reality is that the nation still heavily relies on the global food market to meet the needs of its people. Libya's cultural landscape is a rich and intricate tapestry, shaped by centuries of diverse influences and a blend of ethnic communities. Positioned as a bridge between Africa and the Arab world, Libya's population reflects this unique geographic and cultural crossroads. Historically, Libya's earliest known inhabitants were the Amazigh people, also called Berbers, an indigenous group with deeply rooted traditions. Major Amazigh communities such as the Luwata, Nifusa, and Adassa are concentrated in coastal oases where they have practiced settled farming for generations. While many Berbers have gradually integrated into Arab society, some communities, particularly in the Nifusa highlands, Ajala, Hun, Sakra, and Zua, have preserved their distinct cultural identity. Amazigh languages belong to the Afro-Asiatic family, and although their writing once relied on ancient scripts, today they primarily use the Arabic alphabet, demonstrating their adaptability. Adding to Libya's cultural diversity is a significant number of migrant workers, primarily from sub-Saharan Africa. These migrants, often residing in Libya temporarily, are drawn by opportunities in sectors like oil and construction. Despite the contributions of these communities, Libya's vast desert geography and tribal social structure mean its population is widely dispersed. Tribal affiliations remain a vital part of Libyan life, playing a central role in organizing communities and preserving age-old customs. One of the defining traits of Libyan society is its strong emphasis on hospitality and generosity. According to recent surveys, nearly 72% of Libyans express a willingness to help others, even strangers. This spirit of kindness is woven into daily life, evident in social gatherings, traditional celebrations, and the enduring folk culture that continues to thrive across the country. With only about 4 people per square kilometer, Libya is one of the least densely populated countries in the world. Few nations, such as Canada, Suriname, Guyana, Iceland, Australia, Namibia, and Mongolia, have a lower population density. Although Libya ranks as the 17th largest country by area, its vast expanse is predominantly uninhabited desert, giving the landscape an air of emptiness. This low population density is largely due to Libya's harsh natural environment. The majority of the country is blanketed by the Sahara Desert, a region characterized by extreme heat, scarce rainfall, and arid soil, making survival difficult. As a result, nearly 90% of Libya's population resides within a narrow coastal strip no more than 50 kilometers from the Mediterranean Sea. This region offers relatively moderate weather conditions and access to fertile land, which are crucial for agriculture, settlement, and development. Despite the population's concentration along the coast, less than 1% of Libya's total land is suitable for farming. This severe shortage of arable land limits where communities can thrive. The rest of the country's interior is a vast, unforgiving desert where temperatures often reach extreme levels, and the land produces little to no vegetation. In Libya, tea is much more than just a drink. It's a cultural ritual that showcases the country's passion for bold flavors and timeless traditions. Libyan tea, often prepared by women, stands out for its thick, dark consistency, resembling black syrup due to the generous use of tea leaves and sugar. Its strong, intense flavor makes it unique and distinct from ordinary teas. The process of preparing Libyan tea is a careful and deliberate tradition. It starts with adding large scoops of loose tea leaves, followed by a generous amount of sugar. Water is then poured in, and the mixture is allowed to boil slowly for 20 to 30 minutes. This unhurried boiling process deepens the flavors, resulting in a tea that is rich, dense, and aromatic. Once ready, the tea is served in small Pyrex glasses, emphasizing its dark color and fragrant aroma. To complete the experience, Libyan tea is often paired with traditional snacks like sumac, a tangy and savory seasoning made from dried berries, and khobaza, a type of Libyan bread. The sweetness of the tea perfectly complements these savory flavors, creating a balanced and satisfying combination. This tradition of preparing and sharing tea is a cornerstone of Libyan hospitality, embodying warmth, community, and an authentic taste of Libyan culture. Libya's human history spans tens of thousands of years, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited regions in North Africa. Archaeological discoveries, such as the UNESCO-listed rock art sites of Tadrat Akakis, reveal evidence of human life dating back to around 12,000 BC. These extraordinary rock carvings, etched into the sandstone of southwestern Libya's desert, depict a world vastly different from the arid landscapes we see today. They feature scenes of wildlife, human activity, and daily life, offering a fascinating glimpse into a time when the region was lush, green, and full of life. By approximately 2000 BC, the Amazigh people, also known as the Berbers, became the region's dominant inhabitants. Recognized as Libya's indigenous population, the Amazigh have their own distinct language, traditions, and social systems, many of which continue to influence Libyan culture today. Their presence predates many of the civilizations that would later shape the area, cementing their role as a foundational part of Libya's history. Libya's strategic position along the Mediterranean coast attracted numerous ancient civilizations, each leaving its unique mark. In the 7th century BC, the Phoenicians established settlements in the region now known as Tripolitania, drawn by opportunities for trade. However, their control was short-lived. By the 6th century BC, the powerful Phoenician colony of Carthage took over, expanding its influence across the region. In 74 BC, the Romans arrived and conquered Libya, incorporating it into the vast Roman Empire. Under Roman rule, Libya flourished, especially in cities like Leptis Magna and Sabratha. These cities became significant centers of trade and culture, showcasing grand architecture, amphitheaters, and intricate mosaics. Today, they stand as some of the best preserved Roman sites in North Africa, offering a testament to the grandeur of an era that continues to captivate the imagination. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you want to see featured. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video. Dubai is a city where crime is almost non-existent. Residents enjoy a life without taxes, and even gold bars can be withdrawn from some ATMs. These are just a few intriguing, lesser-known details about Dubai, the world's luxury capital. When most people think of this glittering metropolis, they picture the majestic Burj Khalifa, the iconic artificial islands, and the record-breaking architecture that shapes its skyline. However, if you assume Dubai is defined by rigid and unchanging laws, you might be surprised. While rooted in Islamic principles, Dubai has gradually eased many rules, allowing for experiences that may shock you. Join me as we uncover 20 stunning facts about Dubai that will not only astonish you, but might also inspire your next great adventure, or even a new chapter. 1. Zero income taxes. Dubai, part of the United Arab Emirates, offers a unique and enticing benefit that sets it apart from most countries around the globe. There is absolutely no personal income tax for individuals. This tax-free advantage applies across the entire UAE and is expected to remain unchanged in the foreseeable. Officials, including Yunus Haji Al-Khoury, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Finance, have consistently affirmed that there are no plans to introduce an income tax or increase the existing value-added tax, which is currently set at 5%. This absence of personal income tax has made Dubai an incredibly attractive destination for expatriates and entrepreneurs, solidifying its reputation as a hub for commerce and tourism. Although the UAE introduced a corporate tax in the year 2023, this tax applies solely to businesses. It starts at 0% for taxable income up to $102,000 and rises to 9% for income beyond this threshold. While Dubai's tax-free allure captivates global attention, its evolving policies also reflect a society in transition. Beyond its financial advantages, Dubai is transforming its social landscape, including significant reforms on premarital relationships, making it an ever-fascinating destination for exploration. 2. Sex before marriage. Dubai is one of the most extraordinary cities in the world, constantly reinventing itself. For years, it was known for its strict laws against premarital relationships. Engaging in sex outside of marriage could result in severe penalties, including fines, jail time, or deportation for foreigners. To enforce these rules, hotels were barred from hosting guests of opposite genders unless they were family members. However, Dubai has begun to adapt. Recent changes in the law now allow consensual sex before marriage. This shift reflects a broader evolution in Dubai's social policies. What are your thoughts on how this change might reshape Dubai's cultural landscape? Will it draw more visitors or residents to this dynamic city? Let me know in the comments. 3. Dancing in public is banned. Dubai, celebrated for its blend of tradition and modernity, enforces surprising rules about public behavior, including a strict ban on dancing in public spaces. Authorities aim to maintain respect and decorum by prohibiting loud music and dancing outside designated venues such as nightclubs or private events. This regulation is part of a broader effort to preserve public order, which also includes restrictions on public displays of affection, nudity, and disruptive behavior. Violating these guidelines can lead to serious consequences, including fines or imprisonment. Visitors and residents alike must ensure they enjoy activities like dancing only in approved locations to respect the city's values and have a harmonious experience in this dynamic destination. 4. The safest places in the world. Dubai, a bustling, ultra-modern metropolis, is also one of the safest places on the planet. When you explore the world's top tourist destinations, Dubai consistently ranks among the most popular. You might expect that such a heavily visited city would have issues with thefts and robberies, as is common in other tourist hotspots. But Dubai is a remarkable exception. Public safety is a core priority, and the government spares no effort to protect both residents and visitors. The city's overall crime rate is an impressively low 34 incidents per 100,000 people, with violent crime being especially rare. This high level of safety is achieved through a combination of an efficient and technologically advanced police force and a constant, visible presence on the streets. Dubai also ranks prominently on global safety indexes, such as Numbio's Year 2024 Safety Index, where it scored 84 for safety and only 17 for crime. But supporting the city's robust policing are thousands of surveillance cameras, monitoring activity around the clock. Strict laws and harsh penalties act as a strong deterrent, making potential offenders think not twice, but 1,000 times before breaking the rules. But before we continue, I have a quick 10-second request. If you've been enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button. It means the world to us, and in return, we promise to keep bringing you even better stories. Deal? Let's move on. 5. Gold trade.